Thank you so much for joining in. Let us send in a reminder so that people can join. Great. So how many of you are excited for the day 6? Yes, good evening, Mukesh sir. That's great. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Roshni. Okay. So I hope everybody is joining us on all of our days. And people who are joining for the first time, you can stay along and even continue joining from the sessions from the beginning, right? So the sessions also happen in a sequence. Okay, so let me welcome Tayali, welcome Teksha, hey Krishna, hey Samrat, hey Samarth, Dikshan, hey Vaishnavi. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining in on the basics. Hi Asha ma'am. Yes, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our Ho'oponopono, right? So I request you to close your eyes. People who are joining us for the first time, and if you're on YouTube, you can, we'll be doing this technique called the Ho'oponopono technique, which is a Hawaiian technique, which helps in clearing of self-doubt and negativity. So it's a proven technique. It uses these 4 high vibration, high energy statements, which is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And these things we say to ourselves, which is called the conversational Ho'oponopono, right? So let's begin. I would request you to close your eyes for this particular duration and be in a focused environment. Okay, amazing, right? So I request you to put your hand on your heart, and I'm going to take my name, Sachi. You are going to take your own. Okay. So we are going to talk to our beautiful spirit. We are going to talk to your energy. Okay. Let's begin. So you can say it out loud instead of saying just in mind. Okay. I'm really sorry, dear Sachi, for not taking care of you. I'm so sorry for disconnecting with you. I'm so sorry for leaving you alone. I am the one who judges you so much. I am the one who criticizes you so much. Please forgive me, dear Sachi, for underestimating you. Please forgive me, dear Sachi, for not believing in you. Thank you, dear Sachi, for letting me have this beautiful experience of life. Thank you so much. From now on, it doesn't matter who doesn't love you. It doesn't matter who doesn't appreciate you, because I promise you, from now on, I love you, dear Sachi. I am here and I would never let you go again. So you open your eyes, rub your hands together, and put that energy to your face. Yes. So people can share your results. How was the experience of this whole note technique before and after? Just put one word in that. Rohit says good. Vijay says calm. People are saying peaceful, light, relaxing. That's great. Okay. Thank you so much. So what you're going to do is now the practice. Okay. It's a good practice. We do this very less often. Right? Okay. So I'm going to share the link for today's exercise because tomorrow is our graduation day. So for the people who are joining for the first time, we have the 7-day program as the graduation on the 7th day. On the 7th day, we give out certifications. We'll be sharing link for the form on the group. You have to fill it today. And once you fill that, you will be having the certificate generated and sent across to you. Okay. So we'll be checking, if you have attended at least 5 out of the 7 sessions, but go ahead and fill the certification form. Okay. So we'll be sharing it on the group. And another thing is, on the day 7, we are going to talk about our deeper course, which is the AI bronze in detail, and also how are your prospects in this industry? How can you become a data science professional as well, right? Okay, so let's revise it, because tomorrow will be at day 7. I would want to revise what we have learned in our previous days, right? So how many of you remember? So where can I find the other videos? Hardik asks questions. So those videos will be on the YouTube channel. You can easily go and check in the live section, and the videos will be available there. Right. Okay. So here is the link for today's session. Let me share this. Great. So how many of you are able to see my screen? If it is visible clearly, type C in the chat box. C. Okay, so is this C++? Okay, Darkroom Gaming. Okay, Shiraj, thank you so much. Visible. Okay, so on the day 1, we have covered the basics. Basics was to print statements, variable, and all those things, right? So let's quickly understand what we have done here. So first, we have understood the program structure on the day 1, and we also understood how we can define variables, how we can enter this world of Python, especially people who are non-programmers were able to run this lines of code, statements of code of Python, and were able to make some result out of it, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go to the last or third exercise in there, and I'm going to run it. Okay, so let's just say here we have did a little arithmetic here. Okay, so what we have done, we have defined a variable which is called vegetables, and we have multiplied and added and additions and subtractions we have done with the operators, and then we have printed it. Okay, so we wait for the compiler to be ready. Once the session is ready, we will be able to run it. Okay, so here we have it ready. So let me run it here. Okay, so on the day 2, we have learned little about conditionals. So how many of you remember running if statements, right? Type I in the chat box. Okay, thanks Roshni, thanks Ajit. So I think that one you can rename yourself, because it is very hard for us to recollect the name Darklone Gaming. Right, great. Thank you so much, Asha ma'am. Great. So now, yeah, on the second day, we have learned a little about conditionals, right? So let's go ahead. So the first day, we have run the variables and arithmetic. On the day 2, we have gone and understood what are conditionals. So let us do this exercise of scoring, how we have done on the day 1, right? So I'm going to copy it as is, because we have learned through exercise. We learn through exercise. That's been our way to learn, right? So now what we're doing here is, we have been asked to make a program which is going to score based upon conditions, right? So I would request someone, if anybody wants to volunteer, you can unmute and let me know what can be done here. Okay, so I'm going to define a variable score, and let's just say I'm going to give it a value 93, 94. Okay, so if the score is 90 or higher, then we should give him a A. Okay, so we are going to understand the difference between print and return, because many people have asked this. So today we will understand the difference between print statement and the return statement. Okay. So first let us do the print. Okay. So can anyone unmute and let us know what could be the condition here?
If a score is greater than 90,
yes, I think
then we will print. Sir, can you move it on the top?
Yeah, okay. Can you see it?
Yeah.
If score is
greater than 90.
Greater than or equal to, right?
Yes, or equal to.
Because if it is 90 also, we have to give 8. Then what we do?
Then we return print A.
Yeah, then we're going to print
A.
Okay, let's say grade is A. Okay, let's do print that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So thank you so much, Noor. So which city you are from? What is your background? What are you currently doing?
Sir, I am from Kannauj. It's a small city from Uttar Pradesh. Currently, I'm learning Python.
Okay. So how long you've been learning Python?
Just like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, is it? So how are you feeling? How is the session helping you before and after?
Before, like some topics I didn't understand well, but now I understand them.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Noor. So what do you do in general? You finished your college, you're looking for a job. So how is that?
So I did a Bachelor of Science from Physics and Maths, but it didn't help me in any way.
Okay.
So I'm trying to learn and this coding stuff.
Sure. I'm 100% sure that you will be doing well, because your practice or your understanding is already taken shape. So if you give time to something, the results will show there. So we strongly believe that. So we do this as everyone type MPTY, more power to you, Alam. Okay. So thank you so much, Noor, for sharing your experience, and more power to you. Right. So yeah, keep going.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so Vijay says, I think many of your Asha ma'am says more power to you. So yeah, direct messages are coming to me, but yeah. So Vijay says, Roshni says, Raksha says, more power to you, more power to you. Great. So now what we are going to do here is, if this is greater than or equal to 90, we are going to print grade is A. Now, what do we do here? So what do we do here? So anyone can unmute and yes, we need another volunteer. Yes, I know Asha ma'am can answer that. I know.
It will be more than 89. Score is more than.
Okay. Okay.
More than equal to 89.
Right.
And print, it will be B. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. Score is greater than or equal to
89.
89. So let us, run.
But it's 65 to 89. Na?
Correct. So if it is between 65 to 89, the score should be B. Okay. So
Yeah.
do you want to change anything here?
Yeah, there must be a change. I think it must be between in 65 to 89.
Yeah. So what you're going to do, the score is less than or equal to 89. And you're going to use the operator and, right? So let's just say its score is greater than or equal to 65. And
okay, right.
So what we are going to do, because the attempt is good, because we are all learning here. So what happens here is we are going to print the grade is B. Thank you so much, Ashana.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So here, if you notice here, we have elif, which means if not this condition, we are going to run this condition. Okay. So that is what elif means, else if, right? And else means if anything other than the first and second condition, it is going to print the grade as F. Okay, we're going to do that. Now, if we run this, so because the score is 94 right now, I think we'll not run into errors. Let's check. Yes, now the grade is A, right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to say if the score is 97, the grade is still A. If the score is, let's just say 74, the grade is B, right? So now if you can see that without us thinking, we have given the ability to this program how to think and return us a score. So this is a very small way to give thinking ability to the program, but we also continue doing that in our deeper courses also, where we can give in more thinking ability and get better insights from data, and a lot of things can be done, right? So thank you so much everyone for sharing. So now we have done, like for example, if anything is less than let's just 35, anything less than 65, it will go into the else statement. So how this works, first this whenever the score is 35, it will check score if it is greater than or equal to 90, then if it is false, so it will not run this statement. It will go into the second statement, check is it greater than 65 and less than 89, then it will print B, but it is not, it is 35, the score is not, so this will return false, then it will go and print F, okay? So the grade is F. So this is how, using conditionals, we have made this program, right? Thank you so much, Asha ma'am and Alam. Now what we have done on day 3 is functions. So here the return statement comes. So yes, thank you, Asha. So what we are going to do here is I'm just going to keep the copy saved here, and I'm going to open functions. So on the functions day, what we have done, I encourage you to go ahead and practice now. So we have made a function which will return based upon a value. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here is convert the same statements into a function. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say def. So if you see in functions, this is how we have the program outline, right? How many of you remember doing functions? Type F in the chat box. Yeah, Alpeksha, we have done square of numbers, correct. So now we are going to do this function only. We are going to do a grade, score grader kind of a function. So what we have done, this is the header in functions. We are going to write. So too many tabs. Okay, now we are going to say, let's say grader. Okay, so we have named the function as grader, and we are going to pass a variable. Let's just say we are going to call it score. Okay, and then we are going to put a semicolon. So what happens when we do that? Whatever block of statements are there, those are going to be within that particular function. Okay, so we do something called indentation. Yes, thank you so much. So we have to move all these lines to within the under the function name, right? So I'm just going to, sorry, okay, I'm just going to give it like this. Okay. So now what happens is Python knows if I click on this arrow, you can see that this is all in one block, right? So because that is what happens when you indent it, right? So Python knows this whole of it is one block. Now what we are going to do is now score, whatever score comes here, it goes into this function called grader, right? But here we cannot use print statements, because you can use print statements. That is not, there's nothing wrong in that. But you can also use return statements instead of print. So what we are going to do, alternatively, I'm just going to comment this particular line, okay, and use a line which says return A, okay, and similarly I'm going to say here return B, and return f. Okay. So now how a function works is, yes, Siraj says more power to you, Ashaman. Okay, so the many people have messaged more power to you, Ashaman. Okay, yes, thank you so much, Siraj. Thank you so much. Saujanya, thank you so much. Yes, so Ashaman just messed this up for you. Okay, sorry, my chat was off. Now, what happens here is, okay, Manisha says more power to you. Ashaman says thanks to everyone. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are going to run a new line here. This is called the function definition. I'm going to do a function call. Okay, so let's just say result of, I'm just going to say result of Sachi. I'm going to create a variable which says result of Sachi. Now I'm going to say grader. I'm just going to do a function call here. Say grader and say Sachi's got, first let him pass. You're given 96. Okay. So now what happens is 96 goes here and it returns A first. And that A is stored in result of Sachi. Right? So if I'm going to print result of Sachi, it is going to print A. Okay. So if I run it, so you can see that it has printed A, right? So now what we have done is, now if the function is written once, right? I'm just clicking on this arrow. If the function is written, we do not have to know what is there in the function. You can just say, if, for example, this the result of if Sachi got 67, and we want to, the function will run and return something that will be stored in that particular variable, right? And you're going to run it. So this way, what you can do is you can store results of every student and use the grader function to store their results even for later. Like, for example, if they have got A for 3 subjects, then he is a top performer. You can do a lot of things, like, so if it is all A's, then you can give him total average grade as A or something, right? So how many of you understood the difference between print and return, and how we have used created a function out of it, right? Type U in the chat box. Yes, Diksha says me, and Ashaman says raised her hand. Thank you so much, Roshni. Thank you, Sujit. Thank you, Sajid.
Can I, excuse me, can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask you, when we are storing the code in function, and how can we use in any program, or in this only this program?
Yeah, so basically there is a way to use this in any program. So basically that is how you do it. Like, for example, there are functions for time, right? If you want to get time of current time, many applications give the current time, but there is one common function that can be used across multiple applications also. So we will cover that, because now the intent of this particular 7-day program is to understand how you can break the barriers and understand Python and understand your future with Python. So we are not covering that particular portion here, but you can definitely do. So how do we do that is, we create a library and we store this function there. You can always import it. Like, for example, I'm just going to give a small example. I'm just going to say from date time. So this is a inbuilt library. This is a date time library. From date time, import date time. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to remove all this and say, I'm going to create a variable which is now equal to date time dot now. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, you don't have to understand this deeply currently. Okay, I'm going to say print now. Okay, so
yeah, I know about this function. I know all the
now what I'm taking something that you understand. Now you should see that these are inbuilt
libraries of the Python. Yeah.
Correct. So now we can store these, the grader function that we created in our own library and import it anytime. So that is possible, right?
Clear.
So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Asha. So it's even helpful for everyone also to understand, what is the scope of it and all. Thank you so much. Right. So now what we are doing here is, so the function, you need not always know functions. For example, one of you fully created a function, you can just go ahead and call this function and pass on the number, the value, and it will run whatever is there in the function. So function works as a reusable code. If you write just a if conditional, you'll not be able to reuse it often. But when you write a function, you can reuse it many times. Like for example, if I want to say a result of Prachi, and I'm say the result, she's got 75, and I am going to say print result of Prachi. So it'll print B. Okay, so because now the result, it is printing right now, but the result is stored in the result of Prachi, right? So this is how we can run and use functions. So I hope because many people have told that you understood the difference between return and print, right? So we are revising and learning new things also. And similarly, I would encourage everyone to also, go ahead and revise the concepts of lists and loops also, right? So just cover quickly what we have done in lists. Okay, sorry. So lists and loops. Okay. So I'm going to, brush up, how it ran. So in loops, we have, in the lists, we created a list by creating a variable and passing in strings also. We also passed numbers, right? Let's just try to, use this. What happened here is the variable will have the list of numbers here, and you can do arithmetic within that particular program itself, right? So let's just do one particular operation here. Okay, the session seems busy. How many of you are running the program right now along with me? Type R in the chat box. So I request people who are running it along with me, take a screenshot and definitely go ahead and post it on the group. Okay, great. So let me just check if I'm able to run the sessions. Okay. In interest of time, I'm just going to explain it here. So what happens is you access the item by using index. So when you say name of the list and use the index, it is going to be 0 is going to be the first item. So 5 plus 2 would be 0, 1, 2, 7. So it will be 5 plus 7. So if I run this, it is going to print 5 plus 7. Okay, so this is how we use lists. Yes, thank you so much, Udeksha, for pasting in the output. You can definitely do the same, put up the screenshots and everything. Right. So similarly, on day 6 yesterday, day 5 yesterday, we have done loops, and loops we have covered, while loops and for loop also, right? So I think because it was just yesterday, I think it will be fresh in mind. But we have covered this concept. We have incremented by 1 and run a program in loops. Okay. Okay. So thank you so much for sticking on for whole of the duration of the program. We're really glad that you have been along with us. I would request you to go through the sessions if you want to go through the recordings, or if you want to revise just through the notes also, that is fine. Okay. And coming to yesterday, Asha ma'am, you had a question about the the course curriculum, where I promised to show you our course as well. So let me just log into our LMS. So we have our LMS. And show you the curriculum. So how many of you enjoyed, the whole of the 5 days or 6 days all throughout? Type E in the chat box. Thank you so much, Kirsten. Thank you so much, Diksha. Thanks, Jiraj. Thanks, Manisha. Great. So I'm sure if you have enjoyed, this session, 2 days enjoyed a lot. Maybe those are Asha, ma'am, those last 2 days, maybe. Right? Okay. Thank you so much, Ayush. Thank you, Khalik. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you, Ranjit, so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, this is the basics. So yeah, this is day 6. Okay, so let me share the course curriculum and how the course actually is. I've also shared the price for the course also yesterday. So the course was 6,790. Now, certificate will be available, and missed, no, you don't have to miss me. So you can follow us on social channels, and also we'll keep in touch even if you become part of the course sooner or later, right? So that's not a problem. Okay, so now if you look at the program, this current curriculum is the AI Silver program, right? So it starts from the introduction of Python. How many of you are able to see my screen? Type me in the chat box. Thanks, Roshni. Thanks, Vijay. Thank you, Ashwan. Thanks, Abhishek. Thanks, Diksha. Yes, everyone is able to see. That's great. So now here we start from introduction to Python, and then we go into a little deeper concept, like Ashwan, you have asked about pandas and NumPy. So we also cover that. We also cover how to use the online ID Google Colab, so where you can run your programs and save them in your Google Drive itself, right? So we deep dive into that. We also talk about indexes, a lot of things. But trust me, our goal is to make Python easy for you. Our goal is to make data science easy for you. So that will be our goal going forward as well, right? So we'll also cover in our modules what is machine learning and how you can go forward and build upon your newly learned Python skills. Even you learn a little advanced Python also. So as I'll be telling you tomorrow as well. So we'll be talking about the 3 modules. What are the areas that people are learning and how it is going to be helpful, right? As I've explained yesterday, right? So we also have exploratory data analysis. So the names, because we do not know the content, they seem like they are tough or complex, but once you start learning, understanding it, it is very easy, because we break it down so that, because many of our community members, we have over 1,050 plus members, they come from non-coding background, and it is our goal to see them code and crack good jobs. So we have made it in that particular fashion, right? So the blockchain, so we have broken the whole course also in smaller parts, because our goal is to reach out to 1 million people and make them data science professionals. So how do we do that? We make it easier, right? So we made a blockchain, AI Silver program, and we also brought in AI Bronze, so that first people can go through the data science course, and then they can go pursue the data science jobs, and also parallelly learn machine learning. Then, so it goes in a phase-wise manner. So if you, go through any of our sessions, so you can see that these are like private videos for in our students, and you can see that there will be quiz, there will be assignments, and we'll also come live. Like I will be coming live, and there will be other people also who will come live and clear your doubts and everything, right? So those all things will be done, right? So yes, Roshni asked, what is the price of the course once again? So the course price, the AI bronze is 6,990. Right. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. But if you are really interested to take it forward tomorrow, post certifications and all, we are also going to give more details. I would, this is like a very good way to get started into the data science career, right? So data science jobs start from minimum of 6 LPA to 9 LPA to 15 LPA. Machine learning jobs are even higher, right? So it's a very good entry point to understand our own capabilities, break our own barriers, and go forward and pursue these careers also. Great. So if anybody is willing to join us, you can always express your interest with us. So let me also share the link with you. So this is going to be the link. Yes. So yeah. Yeah. So Arvind, the certification is post the 7 days, right? So I request you to, if it is the first day, what you can do is continue, be in the group. You'll get notifications of the next batches and join back and complete it. You'll get the certification. Right. So amazing. Any questions? Anybody wants to share their results? How you have, just you can even talk about today's. What is the difference between before and after? Or maybe better, yes, you can put it on the chat because in interest of time, we will take the results again tomorrow as well. Right? Okay. So Asha ma'am, did I answer your question? They're showing the curriculum. Yes, thank you so much. Great. So see you everyone tomorrow. We are super excited for the graduation day, and I hope we have been able to add value to your time and made you a little more confident to pursue Python. Okay, for data science, right? So keep learning. You already, because you can understand, we have in the group itself people more than 500, but only few people, like let's just say up to 25 to 30 people have made it because you have the intent to grow forward. So I really appreciate that. Kudos to that. Thank you so much for being here. So just because of your commitment, motivates us to come here every day and deliver. Thank you so much, Shiraj. Great, then see you tomorrow, same time. Thank you, Arvind. Thanks, Mukesh. Thank you, Khalik. I think I'll learn to pronounce your name. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Thank you, Teksha. Bye-bye. Take care. Thanks, Abhishek.